Let me introduce myself. I'm Jody. I'm going to teach you this history lesson. I know that when Union Parliament something is already started.
Yes.
So that
मैम आपका वॉइस प्रॉपर नहीं आ रहा.
Okay. Okay. Now can you hear me? Am I audible? No. Mic is not there. Not audible.
मैम प्रॉपर नहीं आ रहा है, बहुत कट रहा है आवाज.
Actually, the mic is not there. So you just try to adjust the mic is there. Because previous class also CBSE students also attended like that today. Right, I'll try my best. Okay, that Union Parliament I will not continuing. I don't know where it ended at all. So I am told to take this lesson. Okay, we will start a new lesson.
Okay, are you going to study this or this book?
See. Okay, see, this book only, YouTube volume only, at present we are going to. Textbook also you can see that the main points are there. What is that one? Anything YouTube volume में points only that main points are given, and you can easily go. So textbook also you can go through, but mainly this one we see 3-4. Yeah. Yes. What is the first war of Indian independence? Right. Okay.
It's the revolt of 1857, which the Britishers termed as the Sepoy Rebellion. Its immediate cause was.
So we are going to study about that causes and all. Why it is first war of Indian independence? That's my question.
Because it was the first time in India, the feeling of nationalism and rose and among people.
Okay. With that feeling, the first time the British united and first time. See, earlier also. Yes, last ones, if you are talking, you can come this side. You please come this side because there you are talking. Anymore, it's you come, girls, more students are there.
Different people like Kings fought for and
Not to talk,
artisans fought for their production and peasants fought for their business.
See, earlier, there were some kind of protests. Everyone signed it. So they were protesting for the causes, but for the first time, majority of the people with a common cause and common enemy, they fought. They realized that the British as their common enemy. Earlier, they were complaining or they were fighting for their cause. It was easy for them to British to suppress. But now, when there is a united effort, it took some time to suppress. So that time, for the first time when they fought against, it was called First War of Independence. Clear? So now let's see why and how this British established their control in India. So when was the first war of Indian independence? 1877. So let's see that how they established their control in India. There were so many methods. See, when we think about this group of people, they came to India as traders. East India Company came to trade with. After some time, they started establishing their role. So that was the period from 1757 to 1850. So they they established their control from 1757 to 1857. And when they established their control. What was the event of 1757?
Battle of Plassey.
Okay, Battle of Plassey. Now, Kaushal, am I audible? So then next 1764. Battle of Buxar. Okay. So this all period, that is the period of conquest, is called the period of outright wars. Period of outright wars. So first is Battle of Plassey. Second, Battle of Buxar. Now we are going to see some other battles from there. Anglo-Mysore. Then then Anglo-Sikh War. And that was in west of that Sikh region. That is establishing the control. To establish the control in India, these wars are very important. Anglo-Afghan war was there. That is it was ruled by Afghan people. So that was not helpful in establishing the British expansion. Okay, so that Anglo up to this much was that was called the outright wars. Got it? Now, next important development is through different methods of expansion. So first, this outright wars. Second is you just write that points because that will help you. Okay. Second is policy of expansion. First, outright was. Second, policy of expansion. In the policy of expansion, what is coming? Subsidiary alliance. Can anyone tell me what is subsidiary alliance?
It was the alliance between the Britishers and the princely states, West of the 1780. That is, they can't rule without any foreign relation.
Okay. Who introduced this policy? I will explain. Okay. Now, it was not for annexing that territory. It was not included in the part of that British territory. It was that through an alliance, they are getting the control of that particular region. Clear? It is not that territory or that region is annexed to them. What is the meaning of annexation? Joining with them. So here there is an agreement. According to that agreement, that ruler is agreeing to do certain things. Surrender the foreign policy or foreign control, allowing a region to station in that country, allowing the military to to protect them. And for that military, the respective ruler has to pay. These all conditions are coming in subsidiary rights. So the first thing is that that territory is not annexed. But one agreement is made between that respective ruler and the British. Clear that what is subsidiary alliance?
Yes.
Who introduced?
Lord.
Lord L-E-Y, no? Next. You want to? Here. Here only, no?
Above the buildings.
Someone else, you come and do. Hi.
अरे टीवी को सीधा कर ले स्टैंड अरे नीचे बटन नहीं है बटन चालू
अरे मार्च मीडिया What is subsidiary event is clear?
Yes.
Not will introduced. Now second method is who introduced? Now tell us, what is this act tell us?
So they see that's going to be under British opinion.
It was the annexed. That is the word. See, in the first case, there was no annexation. There was just an agreement. According to that agreement, all the rights are going. That is the. But in this second part, doctrine of lapse, that territory is annexed. Now, what is in what condition that territory is annexed? If the king died without a natural heir apparent. So, natural son or male son. Earlier times, the king used to adopt a male son from the family. And after the death of that king, it will go to that son, adopted son. But when Dalhousie came, he introduced a new policy according to which if a king is not having any natural heir, that kingdom would be annexed to the British. So according to that, many territories, Jhansi, Satara, so all these territories were annexed. So that here why I mentioned that one. Jhansi was a region which created so much in news. Rania. So that is why I just mentioned that the name of that person. Okay, doctrine of black switch clear to you? Yes. Now, next point is that pretext of alleged misrule. So that criteria was taken, telling that you are not ruling properly. This was the alleged misrule. It's not the correct thing. Unless that लेने के लिए that alleged that the ruler is not ruling properly and take it under the control. Can you tell which was the Hyderabad? Okay. So main place I am mentioning. Okay. Now next, what was the method used? Disrespect. So before that, let me say that. Let me tell you. In order to learn the course for that or courses for the War of Independence, we can make a short method. Okay. Both printed. Yeah. Okay. What is that? Political, religious, and social, economic. So you can remember it easily. So this first part we are studying is political. All these politics are political persons. Okay. Four alphabets full forms you understood? Political, religious, and social, then economic and political. Okay. Now come to that next point. Disrespect. This point coming here, disrespect. How British showed disrespect to Bahadur Shah. See, Bahadur Shah was living in Radford. Radford. So he was told that to shift his successor should shift to a palace near Qutb Minar. We know that those who built that place were not allowed to live. That was a disrespect. So for a long time, Mughals headquarters was told to move. And many other afterwards, no pensions that they can refuse to give the pension even for that wife. So that was another reason. Next reason is that treatment given to Nana Sahib and Rani Lakshmibai. Who was this Nana Sahib? Peshwa Bajirao II. So what happened? The pension which was given to that Peshwa was given to wife, but not to son. So that was the attitude of British towards Nana. Rani Lakshmibai also, after the death of that king, then the adopted son was not given.
Actually, first she gave birth to a son, but that son was died 4 months.
But they have to adopt, isn't it? That is the royal family. In order to inherit the territory, they have to adopt. So adopted son was not given. So these two persons were denied the rights. So that was also another cause. Next point is that absentee sovereignty of the British. What is absentee sovereignty? India was ruled by the British government. Yes, they are far away. When Mughals came, they settled in India and become part and parcel. So it was very easy to look after. But from far away, thousands of miles away, they were ruling. So they don't have any responsibility. They did not take care of the problems of the people. So that is what the absentee sovereignty. Clear? So these all are the political reasons. Now let's move to the second part. Your religious or social and religious causes. What are the social problems? Interference with the social customs of India. So the British interfered in the social customs.
They abolished Sati and allowed widow remarriage. They introduced that and also introduced the Western system of education.
Okay. So was it wrong? I guess that one is coming. We will see. And first one, interference in the social custom. Shall I have to write or not? So you are having that points to be jotted down. That is main points to be there. So in we have seen Sati was abolished by William Benning. But the Indian reformer only started that. Raja Rammohn Roy. So because of his initiative, only this policy was abolished. Now, what is Sati? Yes, can you tell what is Sati? Yes. Sit there. No.
My friend died. So it's like but
Burn the is on the burning fire on the husband. Okay. Now, can you imagine a live person burned alive? Means that person is not a dead body. That person is burned alive. Now, those who are cooking, they need that some part of the hand get burned. That pain we cannot bear. You just imagine that that human being is made to sit by closed closed hands on the fire of. And they believed that this person become goddess. This is very, very wrong ritual. So that is why they took initiative in abolishing. What's wrong with that? But the attitude of the Indians was that they interfered in our religious customs.
Religious sacrifice.
It was hurt. The second thing, widow remarriage. You know that that time child marriage was the And this girl become widow at a very young age. Before knowing what is marriage, the boy and girl got married. And after that, when the boy died, this girl have to live the life of a widow, which is very difficult life. You might have seen Balika, some of you might have seen. I'm not talking about that serial. I'm not interested also. But the thing is that I want to know that you want to discuss. Because many of the books are not giving very much clarity to that. So when it is made in a serial form, which is some of the experiences which the girl has to go through. Isn't it? So that in human practice, I'm calling it in human only. That practice was abolished and widows are given right to get married. So these all things British did with good intention, but it was with that it was an attempt to interfere in the religious. So that is why that is what the first is. One of you got it very clear. Next point we are going to see is that policy of racial discrimination. We know that in Indian society this discrimination is there. Especially Hindu society, that a caste based differences are there. But what difference the British created? The British that branded that the Muslims are rude and that very bad type of people. Yes, see their attitude is to create a divide and rule. Divide Hindus from the Muslims, Muslims from the Hindus. That was their attitude. Second is that there was a superiority and inferiority. See, Sati was banned. Now also some parts of India, it is there. Present also. It's not coming out. So banning. Yes, please. Banning is something which the government is making it as an order, punishable crime. But people violate all those things. And they are not caught because if a community is living in one place, all are believing in that one. So who will inform that news to outside? There are certain localities, only one community is giving certain copies. So in that part, if they are not leaking out the news, the government also will not do. So that way, the people in different parts, they still believe that sati is a holy practice. So it continued. After independence, it completely abolished. But after that, also many news has come. This area in Rajasthan, this practice, so it came out. There is very rarely that exists. Okay, what is that? Racial discrimination is clear. Superiority, inferiority, complex created by the British. Indians are inferior to them. Okay, then I have told you about Hindus and Muslims. Next point is that activities of missionaries. We know that when Europeans moved into different parts, they try to convert the people to Christianity. And now this whatever things they were doing, that is like introduction of education, Christian education, or whatever they were doing, is thought that people consider it as a policy of converting the people to Christianity. And they used to get the education. When they are getting education, the status also used to improve. So others started seeing these activities with confusion. Now, because everything what the missionaries are doing looked up with the suspicion. Yeah. Activities of the missionaries. Next one is taxing religious places. You already told. What is that? Taxing religious places. Holy places. We know that many of the people used to donate or used to put money in that donation boxes or that holy places we are doing. In India, this is too much. I have read one this thing, article long back. See, there was a person. He used to make a small model of that temple like one deity's picture was placed there. So one place he will keep one morning, and people used to put money, and night he will take away, and then next day with another picture little away from that he will keep, and the whole money he was getting, it was not at all related to temple, but only one deity's photo is there, picture is there, and that box is there, and people used to. So Indian people are like that because whenever they see a holy place, they used to put money. That was the attitude of Indians, and now the British started taxing that holy places. If you set up a holy place like temple, mosque, or like that, you have to pay tax. That hurt the feeling of the Indians. Got it? Next one is that apprehensions about modern innovations. This was very interesting. It was a period when that telephone and all were introduced. So the telephone cables looked with the suspicion. People spread the news that a rumor that it is for hanging the people. So, just telephone cable. Just like that, the rumors used to spread. And the people are behind that was spreading to the ये British ने ऐसा करने वाला है, ये लाइन से ऐसा सब लोग को हैक करा. So this made apprehensions from in the minds of the people that these all looked with the suspicion. Actually, innovations are always good. Now also, that you are carrying a mobile. Just within no time, when the break come immediately, all start looking at that mobile. It becomes part and parcel of your life. Unavoidable. So now, if I'm telling you, no, not to test, I will give this indication, then like that. Means we start because this becomes part, that is part of development. You have to inform your parents that we have reached here, or every intimation to be given. That is what that the mobile is given to you. But if something done against, we cook story out of it, and then starts spreading. So this is what how suspicion is. Got it? Now next point is that fears regarding Western education. What are the fears? See, Western education, when it was introduced, people began to think in a different way. What example I will give you? People began to spread if girls get educated, they will become widows. It was separated. Yeah, now you are fasting. It was girls were not sent to schools in the earlier times, thinking that they will become widows. So why is it need to become widow? Girls don't. So people made it as a belief that Western education is in the real sense. They think that we start questioning why. Immediately, if I am telling something, question is coming. This question is coming because of Western education. Earlier, people were made to learn 3 R's: reading, writing, and arithmetic, basic requirements. But when Western education came, they just remove all the Oriental languages, the Sanskrit, whatever languages were there, kept aside and introduced English and science like that in the education system. That made the people get irritated. That is why the Western education was looked with the fear of this. Next one is the law of property. What is the law of property? Here, new law was made. If they convert to Christianity, also they will get. See, earlier, but every religion have their own the law of property. Some regions, the property goes only to the male. Some regions, it will go to the females. That is what in history, it is called Makadayam and Marimakadayam. That means Makadayam means, that is especially in South India, the system is there. That is sons. The other one is daughters. Clear? So that is according to the customs it was. Now, according to the belief of the people, if you change to another, then you think that you are a Hindu. Okay, I'm not talking about the religion and all. You are a Hindu. You this thing your parent is planning to give your property, their property to you. But suddenly you thought that the other religion is good and you are converted to it. So parents have all the right that to decide that not to do. This is their wish. Okay. So now, if the parents think like that not to give, but according to the law which was made by the British, those who are converted to other religions also, other religions, especially Christianity, also have the right to get the property. Is this point clear?
Yes.
Oppression of the poor. What is oppression of the poor? That is, poor people are every time exploited. The condition is becoming low and low. Why? They don't have the land. They don't have any property. They have to work under that landlords or like that. Then, without having anything, the condition is getting deteriorated. So they were the people who were oppressed. You know that the people were taken to work into plantations and all without paid wages. They were supposed to do beggar, not begging. Beggar means forced labor. Okay. This type of exploitation, forced labor. See, एक फैमिली को फैमिली में अटैच किया, एक लैंडलॉर्ड के फैमिली में उसको लगाया, वो उसके बाद उसका सन फैमिली को अटैच हो गया, उसके बाद उसकी सन होएगा. सो लाइक दैट फैमिली से अटैच होके सब काम करना. without payment. Every type of work. So such kind of labor is called forced labor or labor. Clear? So this way they are becoming poor day by day. So economic, this condition you understood? Religion with the social religious you can say. Now what is the third one? Economic condition. What are the economic conditions? See, there are some peasants who were having land. They did not have to suffer that much. There were landless peasants. They don't have anything. See, there were so many type of activities. So those landless peasants, they some of them they used to take land for 1 year or like that on lease basis and cultivate. Some were not having that also, so they were made to do for this forestry. So all the peasants were not having different categories of peasants. So those who are landless had. Here. Yes, we have completed 2 parts. Political causes, then social religious, because it is based on religion. Okay. Now, economic cause, the first one is that exploitation of economic resources. What is meant by exploitation of economic resources?
Used to get raw materials at cheap prices.
See, what is that? Let us take the example of cotton. Cotton balls are. This cotton ball is a raw material for cotton textiles. Now, this cotton ball, if we are collecting a bag full of cotton balls, can you wear it? It has to be made into finished product. So British, British collected this raw material at a cheaper price, and they made it into finished product, and we were forced to buy it. Imagine we were forced to sell it at 10 rupees, and we were forced to buy the same thing at 10,000 rupees. So what a difference! The value is added when that cotton is converted into a t-shirt, okay, or a shirt. So what? How much value is added? Definitely. But you see that with that cotton only, this one is made, and we were forced to buy. If we were allowed to make it into finished product, then we could also sell it. But British exploited it. We exploit our natural resources. This point is clear. Now next is drain of wealth. The meaning of drain of wealth. Indian money is yes. India's one there is a term. The present day there is a term. Brain drain. Have you heard about that? What we are doing? You all are becoming scientists or engineers or like that. You go abroad. Sell your intelligence to that country. This is what a brain drain. So if that is utilized in our country can progress. Why there is a great demand for Indian scientists and engineers there? Because the intelligence is of high level. So this way, Indian wealth, what India could use, that is taken to Britain. Earlier, when they are purchasing things from India, it was a very good time. What was that? They paid in gold and silver. After some time, they also learned the lesson. They started smuggling the things from India to China, and they whatever they are getting out of it was used to pay for the salaries of the British officers, for the payment of purchasing goods from other countries. So because of that, they become rich and India become poor. So this way draining the wealth of India. Got it? Draining the wealth of no. Got it? Next point is that taking of cottage industries and handicrafts. You know that people nowadays also summertime you can find a lot of ladies. They used to prepare something and dry it outside. Papads or like these all things are making and drying, keeping it for the rainy season. Some of the people are doing it, or they are purchasing that all things and all get it dried and then powdered and keep it in storage. So some women or some people, they used to set up industries at home. It's a source of income for them. Pickle making, papad making, like that, they are earning an income. This type of industries which are functioning at home is called a cottage industry. So earlier kings, they encouraged this type of industries. They patronized whatever things are produced, they purchase. Handicrafts, products and all, they purchased. But when the British came, they discouraged all these things. So their living condition become very poor. That is one of the reasons for the poverty in India. Earlier, the people were self-reliant. According to their capacity, they were doing and earning something. But now, British discouraged all those things. That affected the people. This point clear? Yes. Next one is economic decline of peasantry. You it will take that book, page number 6, see that point. Page peasantry. Economic decline of peasantry. Just read it. What is that? First, read page number 6 and 7. 6 is the heading part. It can answer those. And you have to answer me after reading. Only present business for stage. Yes, orange t-shirt. You just tell me. What is that problem with the peasantry? See, taxes mostly collected from the peasants, those who cultivate the land. So, burden of taxes increased whenever the British were in need of money, they taxed these people heavily. First of all, they don't have any ownership of that. They take the land on lease basis and grow the crops. So when there is increase in that taxes, the condition becomes. So that way peasants were affected. Okay. Next is aristocracy. Land and aristocracy. The one Inam Commission is there. What is the Inam Commission's recommendation? 1852 Inam Commission. What is the Inam Commission recommendation?
Inam Commission was the commission in which the 20,000 landowners that they were paid to prove that they have that particular land. So British took their land as to the official money lenders or land money lenders.
See, earlier, what was the? See, the lands were owned by landlords. Okay, landlords gave that land to some people to cultivate. So in between, there was a group of people called Zamindars. Okay, Zamindars were appointed to look after that. So they were given the power to collect the revenue from that area. See, if X is the landlord and X land is given to the Zamindar, Zamindars are distributing it to the 10 peasants. Now, this Zamindar can collect taxes. There were so many things you might have studied in your earlier class, that permanent settlement, some type of taxes they collected. It's started or something. So it was fixed permanently. It was fixed for 30 years, like that. Now this group is removed. Now this what is that? The landlord also lost ownership, and British appointed a group of people which were giving money. What is that? These people are called money lenders. Money lenders are giving money for growing crops. That also indigo. So like that, crops, indigo was there, opium was there. This type of crops were forcibly made the people to. So
I was saying yes.
I understood that. I am hearing that your voice and then word. So those people, in order to make the they say farmers to grow this particular crop, first itself they offer money. If I don't want the money, I am not asking also. First, they are offering that money. Now, I am not able to pay back. I become that you say debt. continuously in debt. So my property, everything will, that is land will go. I am forced to sell whatever the getting or whatever it is there. So I am forced to do that. So in the condition, this happened to the people are not so. That is what we are saying. Land and aristocracy also face that condition. Clear? Poor persons already because of the tax burden, and now this landed aristocracy. Next point is that growing unemployment. What is how unemployment will affect the economy? I will take you back to 2 years. You know that Corona when it started, all the number of people lost the jobs, everything. Like is the I am putting this point in the job only. No income. So the life in front of them is very bleak. What to do? No income source. This way, the number of unemployed people increase, means the economic condition also will be bad. So that time, so many steps the government have taken. So for arranging that fees that is delayed the payment of so many arrangements were made because majority lost their job, majority could not go to offices, everywhere that the online work was not possible. So many things were there. So this way, economic condition, when it become bad, as a result of unemployment, that made the people to protest against. You made our condition bad. That is so presently ruling governments that is elected by us, they take immediate steps to do something. तुम्हारा then lockdown हो गया, education should not be affected immediately. Online classes were started. So like that, the governments are doing like that. But the British are not having any responsibility for that. That is how economic condition or unemployment gives rise to this appointment. Okay. Now, more problems, economic causes are there, but it's inhuman treatment of indigo cultivators. The indigo cultivators harassed the farmers, tortured them, that is, persuaded them, compelled them to cultivate only indigo. We know that indigo cannot be eaten. Indigo is dying. So food crop production was not there. And forcefully this farmers were made to cultivate. So that is inhuman treatment of indigo planters. Now next is that poverty and famines. It was recurring. Poverty is due to not having employment, not having land. No, then due to that, crop failures lead to famine. So these were recurring, and millions of people used to die during that time. So these all are the economic reasons. Now let's move to the last reason, military. Military, many reasons are there. You may speak only about that immediate causes. So immediate causes we will discuss at the last. So what are the military causes? First is that ill treatment of Indian soldiers. Indian soldiers were treated badly. They were considered as coolies. There is low level workers. And this condition made them to protest. There was not only that English soldiers, European soldiers were there. That means at that time Dutch were there, French were there, Portuguese were there. They were all included in that. But the treatment, the treatment towards the Indians were bad. That treatment they meted was the reason. Second, bleak prospects of promotions. We think of after some time, working in one position, the people used to get a promotion. But Indian soldiers, once they have started, they have to remain till the end of the service. So there was no chance of promotion. If they have done very good work also, they never get yes, to be done. So this kind of condition led to revolt. Next is that a deprivation of allowances and low salaries. What is that? Earlier, whenever they were made to go to wage war, they used to get extra allowances. Means outside their domain, if they were sent, they were given special allowances. Now that allowances were stopped and they were given low salaries. After coming back, when there is no war, they did not get any salaries. This made them to protest against the yeah. Next one is that the General Service Enlistment Act. Page number 8, this act was passed. What is that General Service Enlistment Act? Yes. According to the Indian belief, Hindu belief, if a Brahmin throws that ocean, they will lose the caste.
Because they were in conflict.
That all things are there. Water also. See, it all based on the belief of the people. Now, after coming back, in order to return back to their caste, they have to perform so much rituals. That this type of forcefully they were sent to wage war irritated them. They don't want. Okay, nowadays this belief is not there. Every type of person they go abroad and work. But that time the customs and practices and beliefs were so narrow, so much orthodox that if they violate it, they will lose their caste. So that is why they never want to. But according to this act, they were forced to clear what is this act says. Next, the larger proportion of Indians in the British Army. We know that 1:5. One is to 5 is the ratio. What's the ratio at that time? Now that is even in certain areas, one British 2,000 Indians. That way also. But they were careless about it. That is, they were not having any responsibility. If they fail to do their work also, they get promotion, they get salaries and all. But Indians were treated bad. So that is what the promotion was very. That is what's the next point. Poor performance of the British. Already I have included. Now the last one is the immediate cause. What was the immediate cause? Can you just give it?
Wrong ways.
Yes. The introduction of infill rifle. By that is by what is that? Removing the older format. And in this Enfield rifle, what was the condition? They have to load the bullets. These bullets are sealed. But what was see, you also know. That is why I'm telling that it was sealed. Now, in order to fill into that rifle, they have to open with the mouth. So now there was a rumor that it was greased with the fats of cow. So, no. We know that the cows are worshipped by the nose. And the pigs are a taboo for. Now, how can they do? Now, rumors spread like this, and they started protesting. That was the spark of that. That is stumbled. Some started telling that okay, this cannot be opened with the mouth because it is greased with the. So that was the immediate use. Clear all the military concepts. So we have discussed political, then socio-religious, economic, and military. Now the next part, the events of that is not the in your syllabus. Now the consequences only there. Isn't it? Yes. According to syllabus. The next part is consequences. What are the consequences of this? The first consequence is that administration passed from the company to the British government. East India Company came for trade. Now, East India Company's rule ended, and in its place, British Crown directly have taken over. Fine, clear?
Yes.
Further explanation required or not? No. Next important consequence was that Queen Victoria Proclamation. What was Queen Victoria Proclamation? Who was Queen Victoria? We know that Britain is having the rule of crown, that means king or queen. In 1858, Queen Victoria was the ruler or empress of Britain. So now the power handed over to Queen Victoria. How this power is taken, that is proclamation was made. According to that, so many conditions are there. You just mark that point where it was that proclamation. Allahabad, November 1st, 1858. Queen Victoria Proclamation, that point underlined. It was taken place at Allahabad on November 1st, 1858. Marked. Accordingly, what all changes were there? Governor General henceforth will be called as Viceroy. Till that time, Governor General was there. Henceforth, he will be known as Viceroy. That was one. That is only that the title change. Second, The Secretary of State for Indian Affairs was appointed. What was that? Secretary of State for Indian Affairs. That person was from the British cabinet, equal rank, was the officer to look after the Indian Affairs. There was a council formed, India Council was formed to administer that India. So we have seen Governor General was henceforth known as Viceroy. Secretary of State for Indian Affairs was appointed. Then next point, India Council was formed to look after the administration. Now, who was the first Viceroy? Lord Cameron. And also you have to underline. This much clear? So here Victoria Proclamation, all this. Now next one is end of Mughals and Peshwas. We know that Mughals came to India and established the rule through the first battle of Panipat, 1526. From then onwards, now till 1858, there was this power of Mughals. 1526 to 1858. That Mughal rule ended. 1526 was battle of Panipat. Babur defeated Ibrahim Lozi. Yes. What happened? Yes. Any doubt is that you ask. I am ready. What's the battle of Panipat? 1526. Babur defeated Ibrahim Lozi and established the Mughal rule in India. Now, you see in the way. Now, through 1858 Act, the Mughal rule came to an end. Who were Peshwas? Maratha. After that, Chhatrapati Shivaji and that dynasty end, that is Peshwas. And Peshwas authority also ended. So, end of Mughals and Peshwas. Next one is change in relation with the princely states. What was that princely state? So I want to write. See, when the British were ruling, two kinds of areas were there. One is directly under the control of the British. They were known as provinces or presidencies. Both the names are there because why I am using provinces? Some are called as presidency, but Northwestern Frontier Province. So that is why one part is known as directly under the control is known as provinces. Second part is princely states. These are the regions which are ruled by Indian rulers, Indian princes. We know that some are allowed to rule. Those people who were accepting the sovereignty of the British. So the treatment to princely states were different. Not the same. If I am ready to accept that the British supremacy, oh, I am allowed to continue. But if I am hesitating, I am punished for that. Okay, so this attitude, that means princely states are those states which are ruled by Indian rulers, and the attitude towards the princely states changes. That is what when we got independence also there was a big problem. this princely states, almost 600 princely states were there. When India got independence, see, those which were directly under the British control, automatically either with Pakistan or with India it will be joined. What about the princely states? That authority was given or decision power was given to the respective princes. So that is why this British attitude created lot of problems. If I am a ruler of a princely state, I am given the authority to decide either to join India or Pakistan. So, if I am deciding to join Pakistan and I am ruling the central part of India, central part, that is my kingdom is in the center. Now, what would be the condition? Pakistan will rule from Pakistan to India. In that protects every day they will come. Isn't it? That was a major problem. Now, the British did that. That is why Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel is remembered for this work. That is annexation work. Unification of this princely states. That's why he is called as Iron Man of India. He was not having iron on his body, but in strictures. Okay. Yes. Okay. So, this princely state, towards the princely states, the treatment was different. Okay, this line. Next one is that policy of divide and rule. This is connected with that. What is divide and rule? Dividing Hindus and Muslims. So finally, please give listen, and finally I will give you ask you some questions. You should be able to understand. So what is the divide and rule? Dividing on the basis of religion. When they divided the people on the basis of religion, that is why the clashes are there. Now also, we know that in every time there will be clashes between these communities, communal clashes, communal riots. Have you heard about that Babri Masjid demolition? Babri Masjid, actually it was constructed during the Mughal period. But somebody told that it was in the place where Ayodhya temple was found. But when they demolished also, they could not find the temple. Understood? She was all some calculations and all. So, what is that? This type of intriguing activities can create divisions among the people. They were living as friends. Now they become enemies. The people staying next door become enemy. So that way communal riots started as a result of this policy. When the Independence Act was passed, Britain made it very clearly, we are giving independence to two nations, Hindus and Muslims. Hindu nation and Muslim nation. That itself is the cause of all the problems. So that time onwards, British started the policy of divide and rule. Clear? Yes. Next point, racial antagonism. Antagonism is hatred. That is hatred among the people based on race. We know that caste system create differences, but this is not like that. Superior races and inferior. That is the big problem. We know that whites and blacks. The British, they were superior, and Indians were inferior. So this kind of, even though the quality is there, capacity is there, that is, we know, I have told you earlier about the brain drain.
Yes.
There's a great demand for Indian scientists or engineers or like that. Why not a British person is not demanded? So the intelligence of the Indians are of high grade, heights. It is still they were branded as those citizens. That created a complex among the people. They are born to do lower service. This was the attitude of the people. You know that we can see in many areas, that is workplaces also, this type of administration happens. So this all are the effect of that activity. Next is that is foreign policy. What do you understand by the foreign policy? Earlier, there was the policy of that export. The British collected the goods and they were exporting into their nation. So for that, Indian goods, when they are exporting to their country, for them, that what is that, import tax, export tax. So that taxes were low for them. When India is importing the same goods, high tax. So this kind of foreign policy, we were not allowed to take our own decision because we are considered as the subjects. So this policy is also, or this type of foreign policy also created next, religious changes. We know that the religion is a very sensitive topic. It affects the individual. If you're talking anything related to religion, it hurts the feeling of the person who hears. So that is why here after they decided we will not interfere in the religious policy of Indians. That was one of the worst thing they have taken after the first war of independence. So non-interference in the religious customs or practices of Indians. Next, economic exploitation. Changes in the army. The ratio completely changed. They have realized that the number of British soldiers to be increased. And very sensitive places, British forces to be kept in order to prevent such kind of revolt. Sensitive areas, you understood. Let me take you back to Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Muhammad bin Tughlaq shifted the capital from Delhi to London. So they wanted to cover the public. So what happened? He shifted everything. So it was time and transport facilities were not served. Slowly, when it reached by the time Afghans conquered. So British realized that in Delhi and other strategic points, the forces were not there. That is why it was easy for Indians to capture that place, Indian soldiers. Now, by realizing that, they began to keep British soldiers at strategic places, and the number of British soldiers increased according to that need and importance. Yeah. Next is that economic exploitation. Already many times we have seen that what is that economic exploitation? The things exported. Already I told about the taxing and all. Positive effect is rise of nationalism. What is right? That common feeling, unity, pride about the nation. See, when we are taking the floods, India is my country. That feeling is there. When we are having, see, when you are watching that India-Pakistan cricket match. And so there is an advertisement already. India-Pakistan war, Third World War. It's the advertisement is like that only. The war is on. We are created to a such condition. We are made to think in such a way that India and Pakistan are not war. So literally, these two are enemies. When they are fighting, one will lose and the other will win. This much 142 crores are eagerly waiting for India's win. Third, I don't know the population, because now very recent data about Indian population I have read. India defeated the China. There was only one place the okay. Yes. So now that also raised. So I don't know that Pakistan is the same. So that many people are eagerly waiting for the country's win. Till the last war, we are very eager to. That is whether it is going beyond that 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock also we will watch it as war. Because we are having very much curiosity. But in India also, there is some pockets where people are supporting us. We cannot blame them also. It is their interest. It is their feeling to support them. We cannot tell that you should not support them. Staying in India, you should not support them. There are when India, Australia matches are there. So that time there are large numbers supporting Australia. We cannot tell them. So what I wanted to tell is that feeling that national feeling, that is different feeling towards the country. None of us want our whether that is the players in the team we don't like also. We want our team to win. That is the feeling. So that way, the feeling of nationalism started. Yeah. Next one is that widening the gulf between Hindus and that is because of the divide and see, that is what the attitude created by the British from earlier time onwards. That is, they created a branch like that. You might not have studied about the India. Have you studied about India? Earlier which class? Okay. Hitler's time, he was having hatred towards Jews. Hitler had hatred towards Jews. And what he was comparing the Jews with the rodents, like that. Which he created like that. When we look at the German and a Jew, there is no difference between that is him and them. They are also having beards, they are also having all these things, but he made a kind of attitude that one towards this enmity, hatred to be generated. So how the image created, accordingly people also. We are not having that thinking power. What the leaders are telling, we are thinking it's correct. That's what we think. If we think, no, that is wrong and this is to be correct, no, then we will be out. We are not told to say no. Sorry, we are told to say no. They're not allowed. When you are in the class, when you are objecting something, you're telling to the teacher, no, madam, this is wrong. Is that is right, sir? What is it wrong? Means then are you the kids? Do you think I don't think this? So much will come. So many of that is you are feeling some that you are thinking that we are not allowed to question, we are not allowed to ask doubters. See, this is what we are born. We cannot question, we cannot criticize. So we are born to slaves. So this is what here that the gulf is created, that the division is created between the Hindus and Muslims. Now you can ask me the doubt if anything is there, and afterwards I will give you some homework. Just go through. But, because I have had to complete it. I had to complete, that is why it is faster I have gone. If any part you are having doubt, let's go through and clear. Because in between that revolt part is not there. You don't have to learn. Just everything is covered. Is there any doubters there?
No, ma'am, not yet.
Learning, but at the same time, you use some particular because if you are writing abandoned the all the politics are cancelled. I think Yes. Now, for comparative purpose, page number 20, we have 21. Yes. Page number 20. Review exercise, have you seen? Yes. All that the review exercise for skills you have to do. What is the 4 questions that were? Okay, that one you have to do. Some worksheet also.
Ma'am, can you tell again? I was not able to hear properly.
Okay. Review exercise on page 2021. Review this. And what is it? Have you marked it? And how much? This to be the first You have to learn this salt exercise answers. Learn. Page 13 onwards. Because for test series, yes, this one they make us the problem is that you have to write the points, you know. So you are understanding the concept. But you have to mention that points. That purpose you have to learn. So some of you are writing everything, but you didn't write the points, you may lose some mark. So better you learn accordingly. Question and answer. Okay. Yes, question, answer, 20 and 21. How can
Now we have to learn.
So how can we can office get a products that part is one more thing you have to learn that is not done in see, there is one called chronological events. Chronological, chronology of events. Yes. Actually, that part, when what happened, like that is not that part is cancelled. But still, as it is our national event, that is the revolt of 1857, then what happened? So that chronologically learning is very useful. You just which day, which place that who was the leader. That is for your knowledge. Understood? So it is deleted question, but in case that deleted question they feel to add it, you can just that one remove that points. Clear? Because chronologically learning the events is very essential for us. We try to connect the things with our, say, sometimes how can we connect? I'll tell you one easy way to connect the things. If you are not able to remember that month, so sometimes if your birthday or your friend's birthday is in the month of May, you connect that one you can remember it. So the event is started with May. May 10th this happened. So like that, when we are learning, connecting with the events which are related to you, then learning is. Yeah. So the next thing is about the places. Which place that is being read? Delhi. So like that, when Lucknow. So all these places when it is connecting. So that can be very easy for you to do. Don't learn rotten way. That will consist your thing. So you can connect the things with the other things and learning or make that your points. That but when you are remembering that points, that mark. Okay. I have told you 20 and 21 questions. Then what is the question? I have told you about economic exploitation. That is fun. Rise of national income. Understood? This will be studied. Yes. Divide and Supporting. It's some road, difficult road. When you are